Everybody, Houston Wrestling Tracks. I'm with David Burton. How you doing?
Doing okay. I just read some breaking news. I don't know if you heard, but well, former WWE Tough Enough winner Sarah Lee just recently passed away.
Mm-hmm.
No word on how she passed. And Mandy Rose, who was on NXT this past Tuesday, her match wasn't canceled. They changed her match. She had to leave midway through the show because her brother just passed away. So,
Damn.
shouts up to her family. I hope.
Yeah.
I really don't have a comment on that. I hope she does fine. That's a tough thing to hear when someone passes.
Yeah. And by the way, old girl is from the same class, from the same Tough Enough as Sarah Lee.
Yes, Mandy. That's right, Mandy.
Mandy, her name.
I forgot about Mandy Rose was on there.
Yeah.
What about the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT commentary has been changed? So we're going to see different people. Thank God Corey Graves is going to be stuck on Raw and not be on both shows. Wade Barrett is going to be coming to SmackDown. He's going to be with Michael Cole. Booker T is going to be coming to NXT. So that's going to be interesting.
Yes, sir. I'm glad that not glad about. I found out NXT Halloween Havoc is coming up. One of the matches on the card, Roxanne and Cora Jade in a spin the wheel match.
Oh, Roxanne Perez, yes, Cora Jade.
I just said their name, homie. But anyway,
You said Roxanne. I just remember what her last name was.
nobody care about their last name. It needed to be Houston. It wouldn't need to be.
Anyway, the reason I brought her name up is because I totally forgot that she was in Ring of Honor and she's a former Ring of Honor Women's Champion.
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez, I'm talking about, by the way. Her name is Roxy and ROH.
Well, it needed to be Houston. I'm just saying. But anyway. Anyway, it's going to be spin the wheel match. Very simple. You spin the wheel, literally, and whatever match you land on is what it is.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Raw Roulette Wheel. Of course, they did the spin the wheel, make a deal in the WCW Halloween Havoc for the Jake Roberts versus Sting match, which ended up being a coal miners club match. But that match was terrible. That was a story for another time. Another match I'm looking forward to is, I'm not sure if it's Halloween Havoc or the next TakeOver, but Braun Breaker's going to defend the NXT Championship in a triple threat match. JD, Madonna, and what's the other guy's name? Hydra Dragunov. That's going to be interesting. Yeah. And of course, there's going to be a 7-man ladder match for the vacant North American Championship. You see, I noticed something. There's always a ladder match for that championship.
You know what? I see that.
This is going to be the 4th ladder match for the North American Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, personally, my favorite one is the first ladder match they have for the North American Championship to crown the first ever North American Championship. A match that Adam Cole won. That was my personal favorite out of the 3 of them that happened so far.
Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole.
You forgot the baby part, but that's all right.
He should be returning to TV soon, too. He had recently just recovered from his injury. And Kyle O'Reilly is still out on his injury. Of course, Bobby Fish is Impact now. And of course, we all know Roderick Strong is currently injured. He's with WWE NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't like the whole Diamond Mine thing. I see what they're trying to do with Damon Camp, trying to have him do his own thing. That's going to be an interesting match. He's going to take on Julius Creed in an ambulance match, and if he loses, his brother's fired.
Oh wow! But let's talk. But let's get the elephant in the room out the way. Let's go across the street to AEW. This is a big old elephant in the room here. MJF. I'm sorry, not MJF. Sammy Guevara and Andrade.
Again. First it was Eddie Kingston, now it's Andrade. What is going on?
I'll tell you this, MJF has a very punchable face. I'm just saying. I kind of hate, I'm gonna be real with you. I hate young wrestlers because they like MJ, not MJF, like Sammy Guevara. He has a very punchable face and that I would love to just cave in.
True. You know, this is like the third incident which has turned into violence within 2 months, in a 2-month time span. Tony Khan cannot control his locker room.
Tony Khan doing too much. He's the general manager, he's the owner, he's the this, he's the that. You're doing too much.
Tony Khan's an idiot, that's what he is. Yeah. But this is what happens if you have an inexperienced wrestling fan, a Mark, running a wrestling company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just pure turmoil in that company right now behind the scenes.
I see. Ladies, y'all excuse me getting comfortable here, but in the meantime, I'm looking forward to this anniversary. We just celebrated the anniversary of AEW. This Friday, Rampage should be interesting, and also on top of that, Battle of the Belts after that.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, those Battle of the Belt shows, they've all sucked so far, so hopefully this one will actually be good. So I get the whole Battle of the Belts thing, but be good. Be good. Don't suck.
I'm looking forward to it. It should be interesting. Now, of course, if you don't like it, there's this wonderful invention called the remote you can just use. I'm just saying. But we'll find out this Friday. We got I'm assuming these live are taped.
No, it was recorded.
Yeah, it's taped.
Rampage is never live.
Yeah.
The only time Rampage was live was when CM Punk made his debut.
Ass kisses.
Which drew 1 million viewers. It was the highest rated viewing for the Rampage show to this date. And of course, AEW's Dynamite, they draw better than Rampage.
You
know, Rampage's ratings are not really good. I think it has something to do with not only the time slot, but also it's a Friday night, so, you know, a lot of people go home and they're out chilling or partying. Even those who are not home, they're just busy doing something else in the house.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown's doing well in terms of ratings. I do remember one time in particular where AEW's Rampage went head-to-head with SmackDown, and that did not go well for Rampage.
Yeah.
I remember, that's the thing. Tony Khan thought, well, since we beat NXT in the ratings, we can beat SmackDown. Bad move. And Triple H said it best. He's only taking credit for beating a developmental show.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not going to beat Raw every week. He's not going to beat SmackDown every week like he did NXT. Because to be honest, Dynamite don't draw the ratings Raw and SmackDown do. So he sent it out in a tweet, and he said, I can't wait to be WWE's #1 show in the ratings, and then he ends up being killed in the ratings. Keep your mouth shut. Focus on you and your company.
No.
I've never seen a company get destroyed in the ratings like Rampage did by SmackDown.
Just like the Usos said, man, you the twos and we the ones.
Ones? They got treated like they were the ones and they were the ones. Well, not ones, but more like threes. They're the threes and they're the ones. Oh, speaking of the Usos, Roman Reigns, well, basically the whole bloodline will be on Raw this Monday night from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Of course, also it will be the 25th anniversary of DX. All of them will be there. Of course, Billy Gunn can't be there, him being in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Roman Reigns will also be on SmackDown tomorrow night. He's going to go face-to-face with Logan Paul. Gunther will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus. And Ricochet will also be in action as he's going to take on Solo Sikoa. And this Saturday will mark the 25th anniversary of Kane's WWE debut.
Yes, sir.
So the WWE will be paying tribute to Kane with a special on the WWE Network and a special top 10 as well.
Well, technically, our little corner of Peacock, but I get what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. I miss our own network, but yeah.
25 years Kane has been in the WWE. And what's interesting is that somebody brought this up yesterday, is that in terms of all the wrestlers who are currently under contract with WWE, Kane is currently the longest tenured superstar in the company. Now, I know some people are going to listen to this and say Kane's retired. Kane is not retired. Until he officially steps down and says he's retired, he is still active, which makes him the longest tenured superstar. Now, it was Triple H, but of course, as we all know, he retired earlier this year. So now that distinction belongs to Kane.
Yeah. Wow, imagine like growing up, imagine like all these folks from our lifetime, like Shawn Michaels gone, Triple H gone. I say gone, I mean like step down. Shawn Michaels gone, Triple H gone. Dwayne Johnson gone. Steve Austin gone. Undertaker finally, he's gone.
Yep.
All that's left is Orton and Kane.
Yeah, in terms of the attitude area, you're right. Kane's the only.
But not Orton. Orton is yeah.
No, in terms of the attitude era, Kane's the only one left as of right now.
Gotcha.
I'm glad you actually said that, because behind Kane is in fact Randy Orton. Now, of course, I know some people are going to say, what about John Cena? They both made their debuts in 2002, which is a fact. But Randy started in April of 2002, and John Cena started in June of 2002. So, which makes Randy Orton longer than Cena. So behind Kane is actually Randy Orton. And he should be coming back soon as well. He's currently still recovering from his back injury he suffered during that match when he and Riddle lost the tag team titles. He got hurt in that match. So Randy, I say he should be back before or after Survivor Series. Or they may just have him not come back and just have him wait and be a surprise entrant in a Royal Rumble match.
That's a possibility.
I can see it happening, like them holding off. I can see Triple H Well, I can see Randy Orton's like, okay, I'm ready to come back. Like, no. You sit home for another 2 or 3 months, and we'll bring you back at the Royal Rumble for a surprise entrance. Because when your music hits, that pop is going to be insane.
Back in the day, the Royal Rumble winner gets the golden ticket. Here's what I mean by that. He skips the chamber and goes to the elimination chamber and goes straight to WrestleMania. Now, everybody in the elimination chamber match at the time, the winner of that match is the number one contender. Whoever wins, let's say the championship match, the main event championship match, right? The elimination chamber is the number one contender match.
You're right. So, what you're trying to say is it
Yeah.
depends on the show.
Right.
So, let's say, for example, Edge, who's on Raw, wins the Royal Rumble, and he chooses to wrestle for the Universal Championship, which is on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Which leaves the WWE title without a challenger, so you have your Elimination Chamber match, and then there's your championship.
Right.
That's how they used to do it back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like the winner of a chamber match will face the WWE champion at WrestleMania. And the Universal Champion or World Heavyweight Champion would defend their title inside the chamber. So it was like if you was a champion and you didn't want to defend your title inside your Elimination Chamber, you was hoping a Royal Rumble winner picked to face you at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. I just thought, could a one-on-one Elimination Chamber match work?
Yeah. See, that's something I would do. If I was WWE champion, I'm going to hope the Royal Rumble winner chooses to face me at WrestleMania.
No, I'm saying like
I won't have to defend the belt
in
the chamber.
The Elimination Chamber match itself. Could a one-on-one match inside the Elimination Chamber work?
No.
I always wondered that for years.
It would look strange.
I see that now.
The closest thing you see is when there's the last 2 guys left in terms of a one-on-one match. So technically that's what you're getting when all the other guys are eliminated. There's your one-on-one match.
I've wanted that for years, and I'm seeing it now. That wouldn't work out.
I was never really a fan of them putting females in the Elimination Chamber match. I thought it took away from it. Same thing with women inside Hell in a Cell. It's like some matches women should not just participate in. The Royal Rumble, that's fine, but Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber, any type of cage with females in it, no. That's a big no-no. It doesn't work. It doesn't look right. Like, I can't really recall watching a women's chamber or any cage I can actually watch over and say this was good. I can't do that with females. Men, absolutely. Females, no. It's like I can't watch a War Games match with females over. I can do it with men. Women, no.
What about on Raw? If I remember correctly, this is many years ago. Trish Stratus, I believe, was Victoria.
Victoria and Lita had the first female steel cage match overall. That was interesting. Looked out of place, but interesting. That's when I knew it wasn't going to work. I was like, yeah, women have no business inside a cage. No, the best thing you can do with females is just put them in a battle royal, because that'll work. Anything involving a cage, no. Ladders, Somewhat. Depends on who's in it. A female ladder match can work. For example, we have a ladder match at Extreme Rules. There's going to be Bianca Belair defending the Raw Women's Championship against Bayley. And here's something people don't know. This will be the first ever one-on-one female ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
So, if this fails, then we know exactly why it's never been done. Remember, every other female ladder match, they've all been Money in the Bank matches. I remember they had one triple threat match. It was Asuka, Charlotte, and Becky for the SmackDown Women's Championship. They had a triple threat. And they had a ladder match for the women's tag titles. It was the Kabuki Warriors against Charlotte and Becky. So this is going to be their first singles one-on-one female ladder match. It's never been done, so we're going to see history made at Extreme Rules this Saturday. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of ECW.
You know, I want to talk about the young man. What's it called? Theory, Austin Theory. He has the clock is ticking. You got 9 months left.
You know, to be honest, I think he's going to lose that Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
Just because of the way he's been booked since he's won the title.
Let's not forget.
Normally, if you win the Money in the Bank, pretty much chances are you need to be booked strong so you can look like some type of a threat.
Mm-hmm.
He's been losing every match since he's won that damn thing.
I
can't even remember the last match he's won. And then he got squashed by Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
The same night he attended to cash in, but got taken out by both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. And attempts to cash in again at Clash of the Castle and got knocked out by Tyson Fury. Like, he's just been buried since he's won the title. So, I don't see him cashing in Money in the Bank. I personally think he's going to lose it or cash it in and not win. And to be honest, he's a Vince guy. And you know, Triple H,
it is right there.
If he's not an Austin Fury fan, then he's not going to be booked big.
And let's not forget that Vince is no longer in his back pocket. Vince has nothing to do, at least he's still the majority owner. But as far as the show and the production, he has nothing to do with it anymore. So he's not in his Theory's back pocket anymore.
Absolutely.
It's sink or swim now.
Yeah, Austin Fury's amazing. He's an amazing worker and an amazing talent, but he was protected when Vince was there. Now that Vince is gone, like Roman Reigns said, your daddy's not here anymore, so...
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns predicting the future. Is that your career is going to go down, buddy.
On the rare occasion, it probably won't happen, but if it did happen, it's going to go down. Like Paul Heyman read the contract many years ago, 2019. You have a calendar year to cash it in. You won July 2nd. You got to July 2nd of 2023 to cash it in. Now, if you don't cash, let's say July 22nd gets here. Hang on a second here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what grandma called it a second. Let's say July 22nd gets here. July 2nd gets here. And it's the night of the pay-per-view. You don't cash in all night. Technically, the contract is null and void.
Sure.
And we got started all over again with the new Money in the Bank winner.
Yep.
So that's one of 3 options. Either A, he loses the contract. B, he'll cash in, lose the match. Or C, the contract goes null and void because he didn't make the deadline.
that's not going to happen. I think either he's going to defend it in the match and lose it, or he's going to cash in and lose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him cashing in and actually winning.
Yeah.
With the way he's been booked since Vince has left. So yeah, I don't see him winning the championship at all. And you can't cash in at Extreme Rules because Roman Reigns is not defending the championship.
I don't think he'll even be there. Yeah, he's not gonna be there.
No, he doesn't have a match.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is not participating. Well, it's on the show in general. So yeah, there's no Roman Reigns.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
Well, technically, I read the contract myself. Technically, it does say anywhere, so it'll be kind of pointless. But all you need is referee, and you're good to go.
True.
The contract does say any place.
You're right, though. You're right. It's crazy because Roman Reigns can be at, let's say, for example, he's at Extreme Rules, and he's not wrestling. He can end up defending the title.
Mm-hmm.
It's Austin Theory can come in and say, I'm cashing in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing Roman Reigns can do.
Mm.
Like, I'm not here to wrestle. Well, he's cashing in, so you don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go out and defend that championship.
Anyway,
let's read off some of the matches. Drew McIntyre will face Karrion Kross in a strap match. Matt Riddle will face Seth Rollins in a fight pit match with UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier as guest referee. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship match. The only Extreme Rules match on the show, if you can believe that. Anyway, we got a Dodie Brooke Street fight with Brawling Brutes will face Imperium 6-man tag match. I Quit match, Edge versus Finn Balor. Bianca Belair versus with Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Bayley with Damage Control. And a ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship. Well, that match is going to be all over the place, and those four are going to be out there at ringside. To be honest, they shouldn't be out there at all, because I think that's just going to take away from the match. This is your first one-on-one, all-female ladder match, and you're going to mess it up by having four other women out there to interfere in the match. Just let them go at it. That's a bad move in my personal opinion. Especially being that it's your first bad news. And then we have Halloween Havoc, October 22nd, by the way. And here we go. Julius Creed, as I mentioned before, will face Damon Champ. If Julius loses, and this will be an ambulance match, his brother Brutus will be fired from NXT. Cora Jade will face Roxanne Perez in a weapons match. A 7-man ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. Triple threat match for the NXT Championship. Braun Breaker defends against Andre Dragunov and JD McDonough. Let me announce. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's a 6-man ladder match. Well, the participants is Carmelo Hayes, Oral Menzel, Wesley, Von Wagner, Nathan Frazier, and Axe. And that's your card. It's only 4 matches so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll most likely add one more for Halloween Havoc and we'll call it a night. And of course you got Crown Jewel on November 5th. Survivor Series November 26th. Of course, there's going to be titled Survivor Series War Games. Only 2 matches. We got a male War Games match and a female War Games match. Now, the rumor is that these 2 War Games matches is going to be SmackDown versus Raw, which, in my personal opinion, I think is pointless because everybody appears on both shows anyway, with the exception of certain people. So, yeah, the whole thing kind of really doesn't make sense anymore to me. I think they should just kill the whole thing off. Or, if you are going to do it right and keep everybody in one show. That's easy. That is so easy. Speaking of November, I know AEW's next pay-per-view is not until November, which is next month. Of course, they're going to have their full gear pay-per-view, which they have every November. And there's been, to the best of my knowledge, there has been no matches announced. It's going to take place on November 19th in Newark, New Jersey at the Production Center. And again, there's no matches announced. But you can be sure we'll see plenty of title matches. Most likely we'll see the AEW Championship, most likely the AEW Tag Team Championships, maybe the ROH Championship. I don't even know when they're going to do the next ROH show. Of course, Tony Khan is trying to get ROH on TV. Not really sure what's going on with that. You know, he just needs to figure out what he's going to do. Then you got this Warner Brothers and Discovery stuff. It's a lot. And then you have the whole backstage turmoil. ROH, the last pay-per-view was back in July of 2022, earlier this year, and they haven't had anything done since. A couple of months now, so we're going to see what happens with that. They're trying to keep ROH alive through AEW by having ROH matches and ROH titles being defended on AEW. Of course, Impact has Bound for Glory later on this month. Raven is going to enter the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. The latest inductee into the Impact Hall of Fame, which shocked the hell out of me. I wasn't expecting Raven, but that's something. Bound for Glory is Impact's premiere show. It's their WrestleMania. And it's going to take place October 7th, tomorrow.
Well, actually, I think that's their SummerSlam. Slammiversary at WrestleMania.
I think it's more this place than anything else. But yeah, that's nuts. It's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the matches. Brian Myers, who has an open challenge for the Impact Digital Media title. So we're going to find out who answers his open challenge. Josh Alexander will defend the Impact World Heavyweight title against Eddie Edwards. Jordan Grace will face Masha Slamovich for the Knockouts Championship. Honor No More will face the Royal City Machine Guns for the World Tag Team titles. Speedball Mike Bailey will face Kazarian for the X Division title. Yeah. Will face Mickie James, and if Mickie James loses, she has to retire. Personally, I don't think Mickie James is going to lose, being at the fact that she's an NWA wrestler. Of course, there's a working agreement between NWA and Impact. Same thing with their deal with New Japan. Anyway, Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo will face Shia Valkyrie and Rosemary for a women's tag team title. Then you have the yearly 20 wrestler intergender call your shot gauntlet battle royal. The winner basically is like a money in the bank thing. If you win, you can choose what championship you want to fight for, and you get to hold on to that for a full year. So let's say you win the Battle Royal and you choose to fight for the X Division Championship. You can choose to fight for the title anywhere, anytime for a year. And these are some of the participants that's been announced so far. You have Killer Kelly, Tasha Steelz, Eric Young, Joe Hendry, PCO, Rich Swan, Giselle Shaw, Heath Slater, Bobby Fish, Steve McCowan, Moose, Johnny Slinger, and Sonny Callahan. And of course, Ravens Hall of Fame induction. And that's your card for Bound for Glory tomorrow. So you got two pay-per-views back to back. You got Bound for Glory, and then you have Extreme Rules. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be interesting. A pay-per-view on a Friday. Interesting. When does this start? Oh. It's going to be going head-to-head with SmackDown. Mm. Now, that's going to be interesting. A Friday pay-per-view, and it's going head-to-head with SmackDown. Wow. But is there anything else you want to add in before we cut out?
Oh, you calling the shots now, huh? Anyway, I'm joking with you. But, first of all, congratulations to Raven. Quote the Raven nevermore, mind you. Also, I want to let you guys know this Saturday, 2 o'clock, Davidson Shirai is with us again. We're going to take professional wrestling and put on the couch, the psychiatrist's chair, if you will. We're going to break it down. The good, the bad, the ugly, the awkward, everything about professional wrestling. And the first person on the list that need that clinical time on the couch is good old WWE. It's Davidson Shirai with me 2 o'clock Saturday, and we're going to have an interesting time.
One more thing I got to mention, New Japan has kicked off their women's tournament to crown their first ever IWGP Women's Champion. And of course, that's going to tie in with the ongoing G1 Climax. For those who are not familiar with the G1 Climax, it's a tournament that spans several days, and it's one of the most growing tournaments in the wrestling business. And of course, the winner of the tournament will challenge for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom in January. And for the second year in a row, Wrestle Kingdom is going to be 3 nights, January 4th, 5th, and 6th. And of course, you got New Year's Dash, which is another pay-per-view that takes place every year after Wrestle Kingdom. So you're going to have 4 days of 4 straight pay-per-views in a row.
That's going to be cool.
That's a lot, especially if you're paying for it out of pocket.
Yeah, but you don't have to do that. Cause all you got to do, go to watchwrestling.ai. Watchwrestling.ai. I save you a whole bunch of money in your car insurance. Watchwrestling.ai. AI, you're good to go. You gotta pay out of pocket.
You're absolutely right. And I'm glad you brought that up because I just recently came across another site that's good for wrestling.
And
If wrestling AI is not working well for you, then try the WrestlingNetwork.net.
Cool.
And you can watch damn near everything that wrestling AI has. You got Impact. You have, of course, all the WWE shows. You have Impact. You have AEW. You have NWA, and of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling. You can watch all their pay-per-views, all their weekly television shows, and if you're a UFC fan, you can also watch UFC pay-per-views on there as well. It's called the WrestlingNetwork.net. But I gotta warn you now, if you have a smartphone, it's not gonna work too well.
Yeah.
But your best bet is if you have a computer or a laptop, it works better on that.
Cool.
But I will warn you, if you do watch it on your phone, it's going to give you a little bit of trouble. But your best bet is a computer or a laptop.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you guys Saturday, just before all the festivities with Davidson Shirai. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Take care, people.
See ya.